What's up, everybody? Anthony here with Papa Bear. We are here at Chicago O'Hare International Airport, picking up and road tripping back another beautiful classic car. This time it's going to be of the Cadillac Brougham D'Elegance flavor. This will be the second time I've flown into Chicago and drove a Cadillac Brougham all the way back. Last time Papa Bear didn't come for the ride. I did it solo in a day. This time we're probably going to take a little bit longer because we might make a few stops along the way, but we're just waiting for our ride to come and pick us up. And when he does, he's going to bring us back to his house and we'll take a look at this Cadillac. The crazy thing about this particular Cadillac is I've been working on this deal since January, and you will absolutely not believe the mileage that's on this car. I bet nobody's ever going to be able to guess the miles on this one.
Big surprise.
Big surprise. Wow, there's a lot of Cadillacs here.
We're going back with two?
And I think it's got, this one I got royal purple I put in.
That's good stuff.
Because I got it on sale. That's the only reason why. So,
especially these last few years, we've used to do them last. Because we don't drive it around.
it's, yeah.
We take it like to Michigan. That's about it. That's where my parents
Upper
are.
Peninsula, right?
No, well, we travel there, but her folks live in, right on Lake Michigan, in southwest Michigan there.
Okay.
So we take it there. It's about 2 hours from here. And we used to take it there, but it's just, we just don't. The kids loved the car because it was Grandpa's car, and we had it for all these years, and we kept it, and I kept it more for novelty than anything else. And it's a shame because it doesn't, we don't ever drive it. There's just, and if I don't drive it, what's the point? And so at some point it needs to go to a new home where somebody's gonna love it. He didn't want the scratches in the car, nothing. So this started falling apart, and I have this piece.
Yeah.
And I bought it, it's a new old stock, I bought it years ago, and now it deteriorated.
Oh, really?
I've had it for so long.
I remember you telling me that. It's
I got
funny,
it.
we had a conversation back in
Yep.
January.
Yep. And here it is, it's in here,
Yep.
and when you open it up and see it, it's starting to fall apart, because
Sure.
it's 1991 vintage.
Wow. Why do I do this to myself?
Yeah, so you look at the floor mats, and they, we've had rubber, you can look, you'll see rubber, I've kept rubber mats over everything. And the back, I had another carpet made.
Oh yeah, I see that.
So,
one piece.
the kids, when they sat back there, they would never touch the original floor mats. So they've never touched them. They've never had feet on the original floor mats.
Don't breathe in Grandpa's car.
Don't do anything. No, we had to put the seat belts on them because we wouldn't let them touch the white seat belts with their hands. I know it sounds awful, but I didn't know if they had something on their hands, so we put the seat belts on them. It sounds a bit obsessive, but that's, you know.
Wow. You get the award for preservation.
You think so?
Oh my goodness.
But the stuff you've seen, I mean, you see stuff that's got,
It's
30,000 miles on it. And maybe a stone chip or two, but that was so long ago and it's all been touched out. But no, it never, it just gets driven, to my in-laws' house, and it sits there for a day or two. We go to visit them, and then I bring it home. We never, ever took it on vacation. Nothing like that. You can open the door all the way. It should clear that, oh yeah, it should clear that post.
Okay.
This was number 3, huh?
Well, that was my dad's third. So the Vanaseks have had Cadillacs. My dad's side has had Cadillacs since the 1920s in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we've had them all the time, and we still do. So now I have 3. My ma has an Escalade. My sister doesn't right now, but at some point she'll get another one. So we've always had them continuously. My uncles and grandpa, they've always had Cadillacs. So this was my father's third, and then he bought an Escalade after that, and then he died. So he would have had 4 in his lifetime. And then I had 1, 2, 2, 3.
Unbelievable.
I've had 3
How clean this
Cadillacs.
car is. Car is just an absolutely gorgeous time capsule. 91 Brougham D'Elegance, wire wheels, factory Astro roof, triple white car, actually pretty much quadruple white because it's got the white cladding on the bottom. You can see a beautiful red pinstripe, which is going to give you a hint at what the interior color is for the offset color. It's a beautiful carmine red door speaker pod, so it does have the CD player package. Just unbelievably well cared for car. Floor mats over floor mats. We have labels and keys and original screws. We got the original window sticker. D'Elegance Brougham, Astro roof, wire wheels, CD cassette, mirror auto dimming. $36,000 new. Sold new at Harvey Cadillac. Just an unbelievable time capsule. Look at how it's clean. It's had the door jambs, all the seat, door panels. Seats are in beautiful shape. Beautiful white leather. A little bit of wear on this center console. Thankfully, I have a nice replacement in white waiting at home for this car. I mean, just so clean. So clean. He was telling me he had this rear floor mat custom made to go across so his kids wouldn't put their feet on the carpet. Headliner's been redone. Looks great. Visors, everything done at the same time. I mean, all the weather stripping gaskets. This car even still has the original filler panels on the quarters. Ones underneath the license plate are deteriorated, but those are easy to do. It is a 5-liter, so this is a Chevy 305, not a 307 car. Look at how beautiful this chrome is. Even the original bumper rub strip. Just an amazing car. Beautiful gloss on the paint. It is a replacement top. I don't know if you heard when we were in the garage. He had told me this car got caught in a hailstorm about 10 years ago, and the car was in for PDR work for 3 months. No paint work on the car from that hailstorm. They were able to PDR everything. Unfortunately, they had to replace the roof at the time because it also damaged the roof, but just unbelievable how clean this thing is. Original, look at the chrome. Real clean car. Absolute pride in ownership. Garaged, loved car. Now, showing you this so you can appreciate the condition. Even the wheels are clean. They just have to be clean. Look at that. They look like the hubs are kind of dirty. They look dingy, but that'll clean right up with a nice wheel brightener. All the front end. A little bit of a divot right there. But the chrome is beautiful on this car. The original, all original paint. The cars never had paint work in their lifetime of ownership. So now, seeing what you see before we hit the road, I want everybody to go down in the comments and take a guess at how many miles are on this car. We're going to put about 1,000 miles on it driving back. So obviously plus 1,000 miles. But go down in the comments. Let me know what you think this car has for mileage. So when we get back, I will reveal how many miles are on this car and what I'm going to do with this car, because this is a tough one. Pulls at my heartstrings a little bit, but I don't have any more room for any cars. I have 4 Broughams already. Papa Bear said he'd like a company car, but he's got 2 company cars already.
Yeah.
So we don't need any more cars. But we're going to road trip her all the way back, and we're going to take you along for the ride. So let's hit the road. You ready, Papa Bear?
We're on the road.
1,100 miles to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's... clean though. I don't doesn't really care for the wheels, but you can tell it's a clean car. All right, little update from the road. Koala's hanging out, Pup Bear's behind the helm. We are heading up to Pontiac, Michigan, because just a few days before we departed on this trip, I got a call from a fella who is in Pontiac, who has a 91 or a 92, I forget I think it was a 92, Brougham D'Elegance, that has been sitting in his garage for 18 years, and he is looking to do something with it. So I told him, I said, I'll be in the area, we can make a quick detour. Kind of running out of daylight, but I want to see it while we're here. So that's where we're heading right now. We'll see what this other Cadillac looks like. We're not going to take it home because it hasn't started in 18 years. We're going to take a look at it, see what we can figure out with it, and go from there. Yeah, paint, but it's solid, rust-free. Dusty. The Baytown. The same family, and the father. Don't see him that cared for. And you said this door was all banged up when you got it?
Yeah.
Looks like some shopping carts smashed into it or something. And I love these Texas cars. Rust free, but dry. I'm actually surprised it's still got the original fillers on it. For Texas, that's, you know, even though it hasn't spent its whole life there, and you said you put these wheels on? Yeah. You have the steels with hubcaps too? Or did it have wire? Alright, Papa Bear. We'll call it quits for the night. She's done well. She's done 437 miles so far. We got a little bit of bug carnage on the windshield. So we stopped and we looked at that other Cadillac. No, I popped the trunk. I haven't gone in there. Stopped and looked at that other Cadillac. I kind of passed on it. It needed a little too much. It hasn't run in 18 years. It's a little dry. I have plenty of projects I don't need. But the gentleman is looking to sell the car. He's going to try to get it running first, and maybe if he reaches out, I can try to put someone in touch with him. But we got about 700 miles, 750 miles. We're in outside of Toledo, Oregon, Ohio. Papa Bear. He was
Got me working late hours tonight. Imagine
late
that.
hours, but I got you dinner. Look at it. I got you a gourmet. Well, it's Domino's. We got some carnage up on the front here. We had definitely carnage. We'll have to get her cleaned up, but she did great. Only downfall with this whole thing is the air conditioning is still R12, and I think it's low on a charge because it cycles a lot. So it kind of throws a little bit of cool air, but not enough to keep you cool. So we're driving with like the windows open. Hopefully it won't be too bad tomorrow, but good morning from
Good morning.
Toledo, Ohio area. We are, I think, south of Toledo. We're in Oregon, not the state, the town of Oregon, Ohio. And there she is. Oh, look at it. Nobody stole it, which is great. Nobody robbed my wheels, which is great. Oh, look at that gorgeous car. All right, so we got 11 hours ahead of us. I don't know if we're going to make much for stops. We're debating on which way to go. So we're going to go across Ohio, and we can either go north, across, like, upstate New York, past Niagara Falls. We could probably stop there if we wanted to. Or we can go across PA. Both are kind of the same distance. So one's not better than the other. But just look at how nice this car is again.
We can travel all over the country with this beautiful machine.
Oh, this car is just so nice.
So New York, Pennsylvania, who cares at this point?
We got some bug carnage. We showed you that last night, but she is just an absolute sweetheart. And like I said, I want you to guess how many miles are on this thing, because this is unheard of, really. Unheard of, unimaginable. Give it a quick, we got bees up in our grill. Holy grill it. Look at the bees up in the grill eating all their friends. Get out of here, bees. I don't need to get stung. I got stung yesterday.
It's unbelievable, huh?
Yeah,
You're right, Anthony. They're right on top of them.
they're cannibals.
Yeah.
And we just noticed when you were closing the trunk that this guy is hanging on by a thread. Should probably take that off before we lose it on I-80.
Yeah, it would be very easy from the looks of what just
Yeah, it
happened.
literally just fell off of my hand.
Yeah.
That's all right. This is so common for these to fall off. You can see how the glue or the adhesive just dries up behind it. Just kind of crumbles off. We'll get that cleaned up, reattached, but we want to keep our GM all GM, keep our original parts. All right, let's rock and roll. Freedom ring, baby. All right, so Papa Bear and I just stopped for gas again. Now, we stopped before we got on the road this morning, and I'm not going to reveal the mileage on the car, but you can see here, reading 757 miles on the trip meter, and it's got just under a half a tank. We started this morning with 433 miles on the trip meter, so we've done over 300 miles, 320 miles. It just clicked down to under a half a tank. So I don't know if the gas gauge is broken on this thing, but we're just getting really good gas mileage. So just as a precaution, we're gonna fill her up. Well, I got 15 and a half gallons in there out of a 25-gallon tank, so I'd say it's got to be about right. It would have taken another 10, 11 gallons. We just did the math. At 757 miles, we've done 324 miles. We just filled it up, put 15 and a half gallons in the car. So the gas gauge has got to be right. That means we're doing 21 miles to the gallon.
21 miles per gallon, right? That's pretty good.
And that's doing 75, 80 miles an hour. I'm not beating on it, but I'm not, doing 55 with the cruise on. So, what? Oh, Papa Bear doesn't want me to let you know what's behind the bear's face.
Talking cows.
Now we're talking.
Here it comes.
Papa Bear spots a 57 Chevrolet.
High top. Thumbs up, buddy! With my Chevrolet shirt on today. Perfect time. Want me to drive?
No, I got it. Bubba just loves driving his new company car. Because he knows gas is free when I'm
When
there.
I don't have the key, I don't have a choice. I gotta get in. I don't want to walk home.
This is our favorite go-to comfort food for the road trips. Little Texas Roadhouse. So, we're filled up. Car's got plenty of gas. I think we're like 3 hours from home. We're in Albany area. Let's rock and roll. And there you have it, folks. She made it all the way back. Not a hiccup, not a sputter, not a cough, nothing. We put 1,200 miles on this car. Driving it all the way back, we stopped in Pontiac, Michigan. Took a quick look at that Brougham. Thank you for one of my YouTube subscribers for reaching out to me and having me stop by to take a look at that. I stopped, had lunch with a friend, previous customer. Thank you, Bassam, for having us for lunch. And then all we did was cruise. We absolutely cruised. This car was a pleasure to drive. Now we're back in Pelham, back to business, and I wanted to wrap this video up and let you all know how many miles are truly on this car. She's a triple white 91 Brougham D'Elegance, one owner car. The gentleman that sold me this car was the original owner's son. He inherited the car in 2005, and he put some miles on it. I'm not going to give it away quite yet. We're almost there. But just care and meticulous love throughout this car's life is all that it ever got. Garaging. This car is the poster child of how sometimes miles isn't everything. It's how a car was cared for, the climate it was in, just the preventative maintenance and the love that a car got really defines the quality of a car. Because I've seen low mileage cars that are just trashed, been outside, hadn't been garaged, that don't hold a candle to this car. So now you're probably thinking, okay, well, it must have high mileage. Well, it does have high mileage. Mileage so high that I would never usually consider, but like this is parts car mileage territory. Before I get into that, though, I'm going to point out a few things that I'm going to do to this car. Obviously, you saw I had to take this off. I do have the wreath. We're going to retape that, get that back on. We're going to change these two filler panels, the silver one and the lower plate one. The quarter fillers, original, beautiful shape, very nice and soft. Still got the original pinstripe on it. This car is just an absolute gem. Beautiful paint, nice deep lustrous chrome. It is a 5-liter, so this is a 305 Chevy small block fuel injection. It's not a Olds 307, so it was a pleasure to drive. This car kept up in traffic. We did 75, 80 sometimes cruising. Look at the paint on this car, and this is untouched. All I did was come back and wash this car. No paint correction, no buffing, no waxing, nothing. All I did was wash it, clean the wheels and tires. And one thing I did do, I won't lie, I cleaned the seat belts on this car because they were a little grimy, and now they look great. But she does show a little bit of wear, so I did say we're going to do the two fillers. We'll retape that wreath. Does need front shocks. I do need to service the AC. It works, but it's on the original 12, and it's very weak. I think it's got a low charge, but clean those seat belts up. I mean, just look at how nice door panels are. Even the carpet, high traffic area, like usually this is wiped out. These red rubber floor mats have been in here forever, and totally protected this carpet. Even the steering wheel, it's not perfect, but it's very, very nice. A few little marks on the seat, nothing too crazy. I pointed out that center armrest has a few cracking and crazing effect going on there. But just beautiful trim on this car. Beautiful painted pinstripe. All right, did you guys get your guesses in? Do we know how many miles are on this car? Anthony, stop beating around the bush. I'm just so impressed with the quality and condition of this car. And here is the next question that I'll get asked a million times. Am I gonna keep this car? As much as I would love to keep this car, I can't. I bought that 89 town car. I bought the Lee Cabriolet earlier this year. I cannot keep all these cars. So it pains me to let this car go, especially knowing its story, knowing its heritage. All right, here's the mileage. We'll start her up. Get ready. 167,629 miles. And I bet nobody was even close to guessing those miles. This car is just a perfect example how miles isn't everything. Miles are only, as good as the condition of the car. I love low mileage cars. You know me. To me, miles is everything. But buying a car like this just reminds me that miles isn't everything. And the great thing about this car is it looks like a 50, 60,000 mile car, but you can drive this car. I have cars in my shop in my own personal collection that I don't drive because I don't like putting miles on it. This car, the miles are already on it. If you put another 50,000 miles, it's not going to make any difference. The value of this car isn't going to go down anymore as long as it's kept in the condition it is. So you can actually drive this car, enjoy it. I know it's crazy for me to even say that I don't drive my cars, but it's a collector car guy thing. The joke is out there, who you saving it for? You're saving it for the next guy. It's just a thing that us car guys have. Some people understand, some people don't, but this car is now an exception. You can actually thoroughly enjoy this car and show it off and love it and care for it. And that's the one thing that I did promise the seller. I told him that if I sell this car, which I pre-warned him I probably was going to have to, if I sell this car, I will promise that it goes to a loving, caring home. So when it's done and it's ready and I'm taking applications for adoption, that's going to be one of my stipulations. This car has to go to a loving home that's going to garage it and cherish it and enjoy it. Make memories, because that's what he wants to be done. But love it and bring it on as the next caretaker. So thanks, everybody, for watching. Totally appreciate it. Before I sign off, I'll give you a quick sneak peek of a couple cars that I have coming up. And then we'll let you go. And one of those cars is this absolutely gorgeous 1994 Lincoln Town car with just 28,000 miles. This car just came in absolutely turnkey. It's been sorted. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at the paint. Look at the chrome. Stuff you just don't see anymore. Look at the wheels. I mean, the wheels are beautiful. Gorgeous white car. Blue leather. Saturn Aura. I know you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I always have people looking for cars for their kids, and this is a great car. It's basically a Chevy Malibu, same platform, 50,000 mile car, one owner car, 2008 or 2009 Saturn Aura. It's gonna be cheap. I love quick, easy, cheap cars like this to try to help my customers looking for cars for their kids, college cars. Perfect example. In the back there, you can see the 1989 town car, 15,000 miles. That's coming up to bat. And on the other side of that door, believe it or not, is one of my own personal cars I have outside that I believe I'm going to be letting go. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. Thanks everybody for watching, and we will talk to you on the next one.